It's the morning weather briefing. This is for Wednesday, the 16th of July. This is James Spann. Alabama's weather, hot, humid today, maybe a few spotty storms this afternoon. And of course, all eyes are on that broad tropical low that's near Tallahassee. What does that mean for the Gulf Coast for the rest of this week? A lot to talk about this morning. Let's begin with the upper air look, and that looks a lot like summertime. Got a ridge in place here. Winds aloft are light and variable. The main upper air winds well to the north. Radar, things are quiet this morning. Got a few thunderstorms way offshore. The Gulf Coast looking good. Alabama rain-free. We are in the 70s to start the day. We're expecting highs up in the middle 90s today. Hey, it's summertime, middle of July. Come on. That's what you expect this time of the year. And again, for parts of Alabama, we have counties in orange. For other parts of the state, no orange. But everybody will be hot and humid today. And like we often mention, this is a Weather Service criteria thing where they believe the heat index could reach 105. That's where you've got the heat advisories in effect. The counties there in orange. And really, other than that, it's pretty quiet around the nation this morning. Here's the severe weather outlook today. We have a broad risk of severe storms from near Denver to near Buffalo. A couple of level 2 out of 5 risks in there. One for the plains of Colorado, one up around Chicago and Milwaukee. Tomorrow, a marginal risk from south of St. Louis up into New England. And on day 3, which is Friday, no organized severe storms expected across the country. Here's a look at rain for the next 7 days. For the northern half of the state, rain amounts about 1/2 to 1 inch. 1 inch for South Alabama, maybe 2 inches for the Gulf Coast. And again, this is for the next 7 days between now and Wednesday morning of next week. So let's talk about the tropics. Really, it's calm, remarkably calm. The Caribbean, the MDR, main development region, just nothing going on here. The only X on the board is a broad low that is near Tallahassee. And the Hurricane Center is holding a 40% chance of this becoming a brief depression over the next couple of days if the center can get over water, and that remains to be seen. And again, look at Florida. Again, this is the satellite loop here. Most of the Sunshine State clear this morning. I mean, nothing going on. If you're going to Orlando or Daytona Beach, Tampa Bay, you're good. Again, there's a lot of doomsday stuff floating around the socials, which is just horribly bad information with this. And again, we've got the clusters that are offshore this morning. This is the probabilistic outlook coming off the European. And again, it's got this thing becoming a depression, the 90 to 100% chance. And if it's a depression or not, the impact's going to be about the same. However, this is the probability of this thing becoming a tropical storm, and it's negligible. So the ATCF guidance, you can see that this broad low, and again, it's near Tallahassee. It's going to kind of hug the coast. And remember, these lines do not represent an axis of heavy rain. That's not what these lines mean. Those lines represent the center of the surface low. And in many cases like this, the convection is very random and far away from the center with a broad surface low like that. So just understand that. That can be kind of misleading in itself. But that broad surface low should kind of hook north and then if anything hangs in there, turn back to the east. This is the wind guidance coming off the ATCF set. And again, almost every member, not all, but almost every member keeps this thing just a broad low or a depression on the journey. So again, I stress, if you got a beach trip coming up, go. Sure, there could be a day like today or tomorrow or maybe Friday where you've got a passing storm, but you're going to have the chance of a passing storm every day in the summer on the Gulf Coast. Coverage might be a little enhanced by this thing, and the rain could be a little heavier, but even today and tomorrow, you'll have the sun out at times, Panama City and Destin. Again, it's a really nice morning on the Gulf Coast. Again, check the radar this morning. There's just no big, massive, solid rain with this thing. Got some clusters of storms well off the coast, so go down there and have a good time. And again, like we've talked about, the only real significant threat here for beachgoers is going to be the threat of rip currents. And really, I think we don't talk about that in general in the summertime. It is quite the concern, and it doesn't matter if you're a good swimmer or if you're strong, it's going to be a problem. In fact, what I'm doing here, I'm going to go ahead and load the new rip current graphic that was just released from the Weather Service down in Mobile early this morning. So we'll kind of look at this thing together, and I think you know what it's going to say. It's going to give a couple of days with a high rip current risk, and there we go. We have a high rip current risk tomorrow and Friday. And that's it. Weekend things look much better. So just if you're going down there, watch for the double red flags. If you see double reds, don't get in the water. And also single reds, you might consider not getting in the water. So let's go through modeling. Model fans, GFS, 06C run, 4 o'clock today, Flat Ridge. A few spotty storms this afternoon. Here's the high-resolution HER, valid this evening at 6 o'clock. And again, look at the Gulf Coast. Fort Walton Beach, Destin, sure, there's going to be a storm or two down there, but it's just not this big, massive rain like some people are trying to advertise here. And in North Alabama, just a few spotty showers, isolated, many spots with no rain today. And mid-90s, hot. Same thing tomorrow. We'll go to the high-resolution HER. This is tomorrow evening at 6 o'clock. And again, look at the Gulf Coast. It's just not this big, massive rain, just scattered showers and storms. And really not much for the northern half of the state. So let's go to Friday. And again, it could be with that broad low kind of beginning to hook north, the number of scattered storms could increase statewide, especially over the western side of the state. Highs in the low 90s. And for the weekend, maybe the better coverage of storms over the northern counties. South Alabama, relatively dry. The Gulf Coast, relatively dry. But again, maybe a spotty storm. Low to mid-90s. And Sunday looks pretty quiet. And again, there's always the chance of an afternoon storm on any given summer day in Alabama. But things look pretty quiet. Next week is just old summertime. There's Monday, there's Tuesday, and this is a week from today, Wednesday the 23rd. Got a 594 ridge. Partly sunny, hot, humid. Maybe a storm in spots. Let's go out 10 days. Friday of next week. This is July 25th. The ridge stays in place, and again, a few scattered showers and storms around. Rain for the next 15 days. The mean is the green line on that chart. That's the number you're looking for, 1 to 1.5 inches between now and the end of July. And it must be summertime. I think it is. Highs in the low to mid-90s, lows low to mid-70s all the way through next week. And the latest long-range guidance, if you're looking to break out the jackets and sweaters, I don't think you want to do that in late July. This is for the 23rd through the 29th. Temperatures above average because of the effect of the ridge. And a pretty cool thunderstorm cluster that came through Panama City Beach late yesterday, producing some very photogenic shelf clouds. And this was a case where the thunderstorms were coming in from the northeast, storms moving northeast to southwest yesterday. That's a beautiful shot. Love it. Got that single-celled summer soaker. That was down at Seacrest. We actually did have some really heavy rain from these things. In fact, a flash flood warning was posted for a pretty good chunk of Bay County, which includes Panama City Beach, late yesterday. And, of course, always the lightning. When thunder roars, get indoors. And after the showers, more amazing rainbows. I mean, we have really had some remarkable rainbows this summer. And that's pretty much the standard. After the scattered showers, you wind up with these things. That was taken down in Covington County yesterday. How about the sunset at Panama City Beach? Yeah, they had the big downpour, but the storm passed on by, and you wound up with that. Just an amazing sight. Love that shot. Got some crepuscular rays going on there. But again, it's summertime. Those summertime sunsets can be awfully nice. But again, one more time, if you're going to the beach, go to the beach. Don't let the fear-mongering on the socials scare you about the broad low near Tallahassee. It's going to move west. It's quiet this morning. And sure, there could be a thunderstorm today on the Gulf Coast, but I think you'll see a pretty decent amount of sunshine as well. And again, the Hurricane Center giving this thing a 40% chance of becoming a depression. But even whatever happens here, depression or not, the impact will basically be the same, and that's all that matters. You'll have a few scattered storms about today, tomorrow, Friday, thinning out over the weekend. The coverage might be a little enhanced, but again, I think you'll see some sun today and tomorrow as well. So going to be in Trussville today. See the little ones, Noah's Park weekday early education. Tomorrow going to be at Pelham Park Middle School in Pelham for Camp Journey. That's a great program put on by the Shelby County Sheriff's Department for rising sixth graders. Then I'll be at the Pelham Senior Center, and then Camp Legacy, which is basically the same program for rising sixth graders at Berry Middle School in Hoover. So I've got a 3-for-1 special tomorrow. Friday going to be at Parnell Memorial Library in Montevallo, and Saturday we've got a book signing in Florence. Turbo Coffee. We're going to be there between 10:30 and 1:30. We love coming to the Shoals. And let me tell you what, I was up in Sheffield last week and stopped by Muscle Shoals Sound Studio. As many times as I've driven by that thing, I've never been in. And boy, what a trip that was for an old guy that used to play rock and roll music on the radio. But anyway, the book signing Saturday is 10:30 to 1:30. Come see us. We have all the shirts, books for kids, our book about April 27, 2011, and much more. We take a lot of pictures, have a lot of fun. We hope to see you there. And, of course, we invite you to watch us on the television side this evening, ABC 3340 News. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and God bless.